From the outside, this neighborhood feels like proof that you've made it. Quiet streets, perfect lawns, smiling faces. But behind every polished door, invisible rules quietly steal your choices, your peace, and your identity. The moment you see what's really controlling everyone, you'll finally understand how to break the cycle before it quietly becomes your own life. This is what financial freedom is supposed to look like, at least on the surface. Same houses, same cars, same routines. But nobody talks about what it costs to live here. The mortgage is heavy, even when the house looks perfect. You don't own the house owns you. And every neighbor looks like they figured it out. But credit cards tell a different story. Swipe now, stress later. This is how comfort turns into pressure. No one sees the monthly calculations behind the smile. Everyone is performing stability. But inside, it feels like survival. The illusion gets stronger.
If you made it this far, you already know your brain is capable of more. The first link in the pinned comment reveals the simple reading method thousands are using to absorb information faster, remember more, and think with greater clarity. Don't wait until everyone else gets ahead. See it while it's still there.
Every year, because everyone is quietly in debt. The suburbs don't show struggle. They hide it. Even silence feels expensive here. You pay for everything, even the appearance of peace. And the system rewards how good you look, not how free you are. Freedom here is often just a well-designed illusion, and most people never question it. Most people confuse routine with freedom, but routines can also be cages. The same paycheck, the same bills, the same stress. Nothing changes, but everything feels heavier, because comfort comes with invisible interest rates. You don't feel the debt at first, then it slowly becomes your background noise. And suddenly, you're not in control anymore. Everyone calls it normal, but normal doesn't mean healthy. The real trap is lifestyle inflation. You earn more, so you spend more, and freedom never gets closer. It just gets redefined as later. Later becomes a lifestyle, and lifestyles are expensive prisons. Even silence has a price tag here. Everyone looks stable, because instability is hidden, and that's how the illusion survives. Not because it's real, but because everyone agrees not to question it. Some people call this success, but success without freedom is just another form of debt. The system doesn't force you, it convinces you, step by step, purchase by purchase, until your life feels full, but not yours. You start working more to keep what you bought, and less time to question it. The illusion only works when you're busy, because stillness reveals everything. And most people avoid stillness, because silence tells the truth, that the freedom you wanted is still far away, but not impossible. It starts with noticing the illusion, not escaping it overnight, but slowly stepping outside of it. Every decision becomes a direction, and most people never realize they had a choice. The illusion only ends when you stop believing it. Freedom doesn't start with money. It starts with awareness. Most people never get there, because comfort is addictive, and addiction feels like safety.
Think you can make it to the end? Stay with the story until the final second, then comment, "I made it to the end," to prove you caught the hidden lesson most people miss. Thousands never finish and lose the biggest insight. Don't stop now. The ending changes everything.
Until reality becomes unavoidable. That's when decisions matter. Not because everything changes instantly, but because direction finally exists. And that changes everything. Most people think the problem is income, but it's behavior. The same habits create the same life. No matter how good the house looks, the real debt is not just financial. It's time. Time spent maintaining illusions and chasing validation. Every approval costs something, even if you don't see it right away. Freedom is not a destination in this system. It's a direction you have to choose. And most people never stop long enough to choose. They just keep moving, without asking where they're going. That's the real illusion. Not poverty, but comfort without control, and stability without freedom. Most people never question the trade. They trade time for comfort, and call it success, until they feel trapped. But by then, the habits are already built, and breaking them feels impossible, unless you start small. Small decisions build new paths, and every step matters more than you think, because the illusion only holds you if you stay inside it. And the moment you leave, it starts to fade. What looks stable is often just structured pressure, and pressure becomes invisible when everyone shares it. No one questions what everyone accepts. That's how systems stay alive, not by force, but by repetition. And repetition feels like safety, even when it's not. The hardest part is seeing it clearly, because clarity changes everything. You can't unsee it, but you can decide what to do with it. That's where most people stop, not because they can't move, but because moving feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels dangerous. But danger is often just change, and change is where freedom begins, not in comfort, but in awareness, and awareness never goes back. Most people think freedom is a reward, but it's actually a practice, a daily rejection of illusion, not a single big decision, but thousands of small ones, and each one weakens the system's grip. The illusion depends on automatic behavior. When you stop reacting, it starts to weaken. That's the beginning of control, not over everything, but over yourself. And that changes how you see everything. Money stops being fear and becomes a tool, not a master, and not a prison. The illusion only works in silence, and silence is where truth appears. You don't need to escape everything. You just need to see clearly. Most people never notice the moment they surrender control. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small compromises. A purchase here, a payment there, until the pattern becomes life itself. And life feels predetermined. But it never was. That was always the illusion, built on repetition and fear. But repetition can be broken, one decision at a time. And every decision creates distance. Distance from pressure, distance from comparison, and distance from fear. The farther you go, the lighter it feels. Not because life becomes easy, but because it becomes yours. Most people don't lack opportunity. They lack interruption. The system runs on automatic living. Wake up, work, spend, repeat, until it feels like identity. But identity can be rewritten, not instantly, but consistently. And consistency beats illusion every time. The illusion is loud, but truth is quiet. And most people only hear the noise. That's why they stay. But staying has a cost too. And that cost compounds, until you finally notice it. And once you notice it, you can't go back. Not because you escaped, but because you finally saw.